President Aquino is back in Manila after overseeing relief and rehabilitation efforts in disaster areas. The president returned to Manila this afternoon from Eastern Visayas, where he visited typhoon-devastated areas in Samar and Leyte provinces. Meanwhile, Malacanang announced that the NDRRMC has formed 5 clusters to further fast-track the delivery of relief goods to the hardest-hit regions. Rocky Ignacio with the details.
President Aquino orders to hasten measures to bring normalcy in the areas devastated by Super Typhoon Yolanda. In his visit to Leyte and Samar provinces, the president instructed concerned agencies to prioritize assistance for the victims to bring back their source of income, such as farming and fishing. The president also visited Ormoc City to distribute relief goods for the victims. The government coordinates with local leaders to determine areas for temporary shelters for the evacuees. President Aquino returned to Manila saying the situation starts to normalize in the typhoon-ravaged areas. The president has various meetings this week, including NEDA. Before leaving, the president met Tacloban City Mayor Alfred Romualdez. At present, the government continues relief distributions to more than 1 million typhoon victims in the area.
The NDRRMC has formed 5 clusters, namely peace and order, distribution of food and other relief goods, cadaver recovery and burial, clearing and inspection, and normalization.
The palace official says the focus remains on relief assistance. Coloma said this following the president's statement of a possible probe on the alleged failure of some local leaders to prepare on the onslaught of Yolanda. He said this is not the time for finger-pointing, saying there is a process to determine the governance and accountability among public leaders.
There will be time after the rehabilitation process has set in, when the officials responsible for these efforts are no longer under severe challenge. There will be time where inquiry processes can be activated so that the needed corrective, preventive, and improvement measures can be adopted.
But Malacanang assured the public that no one will be spared from probe to identify the gaps and shortcomings in the disaster response mechanism.
Lahat po, wala naman pong exempt na government employee. Bawat kilos po namin ay scrutiny at subject to accountability measures. Hindi po kinakailangan mag-isolate o mag-highlight ng isa o ilang tao rito. Pare-pareho pong hinaharap namin ang aming mga responsibilidad na naaayon sa aming mga itinakdang tungkulin.
For the People's Television, Rocky Ignacio.